So I want to carry on this conversation as far as man having glory. Okay. Now there's two kingdoms. We have the kingdom of the Lord, and then we have the kingdom of the devil. Okay. So you have worldly glory, and I was trying to come up with examples of that worldly glory. Because I like to call it worldly glamour more than anything. It's more glamour than glory. It's glitter. All that glitter is not gold. So I mean, it's shiny, it's glittery, it's glamorous, but I wouldn't necessarily call it glory. Okay, and the reason I want to make that distinction is because I know when I made a video earlier and I was talking about how as a man I sit in my glory as a man, and what I meant by that was not that I chose a life of criminality or I accomplished things in the criminal underworld. You know, I don't even make content off those things. I might make reference to it or bring it up in my past, is to make a reference to it. But I try not to glorify my past or tell the stories in the light of something to be seen as good or honorable or glorified, because it's not at all. And so I don't choose it. And I know there are people who make content, who talk about their time selling drugs and their time in prison, and they just want to tell all those stories and they profit off of that. But to me, that doesn't help to really uplift or inspire somebody to be the best version of themselves. It just glorifies negativity and just promotes and encourages rebelliousness. And so I don't want to do that. But at the same time, I need to be able to make reference to my past. I need to be able to uh, bring lessons out of it. You know what I'm saying? From a worldly standard, it is uh, glamorous, right? It does have weight on that side of things, but on the lower side of things, it's nothing. It's not even nothing to tip my hat about, right? So I just wanted to make that clarification, because the real glory comes from a man who submits himself to the Lord. And Jesus promised to give us a crown of glory, which I would lay at his feet. You know what I'm saying? And um, so yeah, I just wanted to make that distinction. It's we as men, we want to be respected, and we want to have glory. You know what I'm saying? It's innate in us. But our glory, first and foremost, should come from the Lord. We should reflect the Lord's glory. You know what I'm saying? As our covering. But we fell out of that when man fell, and so we seek to replace his glory with the world's glamour. That's a good way to put it? It makes sense to me saying it like that. The world to give you glamour, the Lord gives you glory. So for a man to sit in his glory, his true glory, he should be sitting in a submissive, servient state to the Lord Almighty. You understand what I'm saying? And then we will reflect his glory. That's man's real true glory right there. Now, outside of that, if we're not in alignment with the Lord, and and, and, and we're reflecting the glamour of the world, and there's nothing in that. It looks good. I mean, for somebody who's shallow, who's blind, yeah, that shiny object is gonna catch their attention all day long. But for somebody who who has depth, who knows themselves in the Lord, who has planted their identity in the Lord, who has submitted themselves unto the Lord. No, this world, we see through that. We see the glamour for what it is. And so I'm not drawn to that anymore, right? So I just wanted to make that distinction. And men, we need glory. You know what I'm saying? And if we're not submitting ourselves underneath onto the Lord and reflecting His glory, then all we're doing is reflecting the glamour of the world. But I don't want to take nothing away from that, because, what came to mind was like how we look at World War II veterans. I love my veterans. You know what I'm saying? I got an affinity for soldiers, combat soldiers and all that, because they overcame. You got to overcome a level of fear and to be brave and to go through that fire. And so, and we look at our World War II veterans, and for the ones that are still alive to this day, they shine in that glory of that moment. They didn't have to go and accomplish nothing else for the rest of their lives, and they can sit back and tell that same story 1,000 times, 1,000 years from now, and it will still inspire glory. You're in the hearts of man, right? And so there is that, right? And so glory is when a man, first of all, when a man can submit and humble himself unto the Lord. That takes something right there. That takes strength and character. There's glory in that, right? But if a man chooses to go his own way, and then choose to find his glory in the world, there's glory there to be found. There's glamour to me, right? But the worldly glory, it does come from facing your fears, facing your insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Doing the hard thing when it's time to be done. Yeah, there's glory in overcoming and accomplishing. And so then I know people seem to find glory in wealth. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I made my first $1 million. I guess there's glory in that. There's hard work it took to get that, right? But once again, it's glamour. That glory. So the millionaire, the rich man, what does he do? He doesn't really have any real glory. It's it's baseless, right? And so for me, the rich people, they just glamorize themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's why they like to dress themselves in all these designer brands. That's nothing but knockoffs. So they've been the biggest suckers on earth. Spending thousands and thousands of dollars so they can run around feeling special about themselves, and come to find out, man, you've been buying the same. That's the big finesse right there. I can't, but that's how it should be, man. These people will walk around with their egos and, oh, I done bought this latest Gucci bag. Man, you bought a piece of garbage for, for all that money. Anyway, but that's their glory. You know what I'm saying? it's it's shallow. It's empty. It's empty. And people that's really about anything, especially women, man, they see through that. They see through that. And rich people swear it be them that they like. No, no, sir. It's not you that they like, man. It's your money. If you woke up broke tomorrow, you wouldn't be able to you wouldn't be able to get one of them on the phone. All right. Well, anyway, everybody have a blessed and wonderful day.